Welcome everyone to today's book club meet. Today we're going to discuss the book Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu, and the person who's going to present it today is Miss Abita from all the way from Chennai. Over to you, Ma.
Okay, Akka. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cosmic Shifters. Thank you, PSSM. Thank you, Patriji. And thank you, our new Master Joshi, for picking up this book. And thank you, Tilaka, for choosing this book reading session on this particular topic. So, uh, I'm sure last week we would have got a glimpse on what the Soul Journey book is about, where we understand where our life will be after death. Okay, that is a small introduction given by Tilaka. So I will start with the prologue, where it's a story of a person who loses his brother in a war, and this brother is a very younger brother who's 10 years younger to him, and his name is Charles. And the person who has lost him could not accept the death of his brother, whom he was expecting to have a coffee with and have a chat with and discuss what's going on in life. But this death was unexpected. He couldn't digest, he couldn't accept, he couldn't go to any religion or rely on any religion or God to fight with. So he was in a deep mourning, asking so many questions to God, not vocally, but internally. He's asking God, why this, why that, and so many things. He had so much of confusions. And one fine day, what happens is suddenly his servant says that one person has come to meet him. So he's wondering who has come to meet me. So this servant gives a external appearance how the person is to be, and says he's waiting for you. So he says, okay, I'll come and meet him. When he goes and meet, he finds a Indian acharya from North India, dressed very, very simple, in a kavi udai, which we say in Tamil, like an orange dress. He thought it was a dirty dress, but when he closely observed, it was very clean. So he asked this person, "What do you want and why you come for you? For what have you come for here with me? I have nothing to do with you, or I have not called you for." So he says, "You have certain questions which you've been asking for such a long regarding your brother's death. I want to answer those questions, and also give you more knowledge about what is life." So I was wondering, how did this guy come to know, which I didn't openly discuss with anyone, which was only within my mind. He was puzzled. So this Acharya was telling, is it okay if I come every day 1 hour to your house and explain about the things? It is not to convince you, but to give you some knowledge. You can believe it or not, choice is yours. I will give you certain experience where you will be able to believe, but the choice is ultimately yours. Are you okay with it? So this guy was like, open, okay, fine, you come. And he was asking, can I come every day morning 11 o'clock 1 hour to share the knowledge? So this is how the meeting happens with the acharya. And from the day one, sharp 11, he comes and he starts with the topic of evolution of life. So how uh, the life force itself sprang in the world, starting from mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and human kingdom. So he says how all these has come one by one, and finally all the stages of life is to gain experience and ultimately move back to the place which it had come. Once it has gained the entire experience, the color of life, the experience of life, from moving from life force uh, to a life force which is a mineral kingdom, where only the life force is there. It will live for some years, and when the purpose of it is over, the mineral kingdom, the stone, the minerals will also die. It will break and it will get dusted. That's how the mineral kingdom also moves into the next state, from mineral to vegetable kingdom. In the vegetable kingdom also, it will start from a small vegetable to a large tree. That is again a whole lot of experience. Here in the mineral kingdom, in the vegetable kingdom, in the animal kingdom, they are only group souls. There is no individuality at all. So they will be a collective souls, and especially the animal kingdom, they operate out of instincts. They don't have any thinking or anything else. They purely operate from instincts. So now we have moved from mineral kingdom to vegetable kingdom. In the vegetable kingdom also, once the life force has gone, they will wither and they will move to the next level. That is the animal kingdom. So animal kingdom is the place where again they are group souls. They operate from instincts, but they operate from fear. So in the animal kingdom, uh, they will hunt. They will hunt. In the animal kingdom, the smallest form is the worms. Then it becomes a tadpole. Then it becomes a frog, till the frog meets the human kingdom, until it learns the experience of losing its fear. It will still remain in the animal kingdom until it loses its fear and it evolves. It learns to love. Then it gets into the human kingdom. Till then, it will live in the animal kingdom. It will learn the lesson of working every day, because in animal kingdom every day they have to work to get food. Then they will be attacked by other animals. They have to be protected by themselves. So in the animal kingdom, the fittest of uh, the strongest will survive. So they operate in that law, and the law of instincts. They will operate from from their instincts, so they don't have any other thinking. From wild animal, they will then move to domestic animal. Only when they move to a domestic animal, they will learn to receive the love of humans. Because in the animal kingdom, the men also hunt them, apart from other animals hunting them for food, or they die out of no food, or they will have a natural death. They will not learn love in animal kingdom. They will learn love only when they meet human. And once the animals, especially domestic animals like dogs, hen, um, cats, then again cows, they all live very close to animal, and they will understand that the animal is humans are not dangerous. And then they will move to the uh, human kingdom. In the human kingdom also, there is a highest thing called superhuman. The superhuman means one who is very much evolved and moving to the highest stage of evolution, which is enlightenment. So the animal kingdom will look at the human kingdom as a super animal. For them, a human kingdom is a super animal. Super animal in the sense someone cannot be easily touched like that. Okay, so they learn lessons at every stage. Um, in the human thing also, as soon as they come from the animal thing, from the group soul, or only when they come into the human thing, they get the individual soul. That's when the ego starts operating. They start thinking on their own, they start behaving on their own, and they start making their own decisions, and they become responsible for their life. uh, Even in human kingdom, when they enter, a part of their animal instincts would have not got lost. They would be still in fear. They will be still attacking other humans as animals, because still the animal nature in them has not got fully evolved. They're still in the animal instincts. That is why we find certain people very violent, or harassing other animals also, for their own pleasure, like hunting, or developing their hunting skills, or killing animals for the dress, for the fur of the animals, for the leather of the animals, um, for the other benefits which they get from animals, killing animals. Here, the human has not evolved into a bigger level, because he's still in the lower level of animal instinct. So this is how the evolution from mineral to vegetable to uh, uh, to plant kingdom to animal kingdom, and then to human kingdom comes. In the human kingdom, yes, we all know how much years it takes for the four stages itself. They say there is so many thousands of years it takes to evolve. So to reach the highest evolution, we do not know how many years of life it takes. That's how the evolution happens. So this is the gist of the first chapter. Tilaka, if you can add more, it will be from
Okay.
your understanding.
Yes. Thank you so much, Abita. Okay. When we talk about mineral kingdom, they also have their own evolution. They will start with small. They will start sand, and then they become a small rock, and then big, small mountain, and so on. And they said the highest mineral kingdom is the crystals. That's why they always say use the crystal to connect with yourself. Okay, with for enlightenment, for spirituality, and so on. They say use crystals. And the animals also, they have evolution. They start as Abita says, they start from tadpoles and then they go all the way to the domesticated animal. So that's what this book is about. And then there's one story that I would like to mention is we all know who Buddha is. One day, a devotee of Buddha goes to him and say, "How do I know what this person is telling me is the truth or not? This person says this way, and the other person says this way, and both also seems very true to me. So how would I understand which is the truth?" So Buddha says, "You don't have to believe anybody. See whether it resonates with common sense. You say whether it makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you, then you can accept. But even though you cannot accept it wholly because you have to experience it yourself." That's what Buddha says. The same thing Ramta says. Do not believe anything blindly because we have to check within ourselves to to see whatever that the person is telling is true or not. How we check? How do we check within ourselves? We observe our breath. We go inwards and we ask ourselves, does it make sense? So your feelings, kind of feelings that you will get, it will say yes, it resonates with you. Or sometimes you say no, it doesn't resonate. Or sometimes your experience will teach you whether it's the truth or not. So you don't have to believe anything that book says, okay? Because this guy is giving his interpretation of the book. So thank you so much, Abita. I will stop and then we'll discuss.